One of the top Chinese EV makers, NIO, hit a record high in revenue in 2024. But ironically, its net loss also reached a historic peak. If we do some quick math, in 2024, NIO was basically burning through over $8 million every single day. At this burn rate, its cash reserves might not even last a year. And this negative sentiment is also reflected in the stock market, from a peak of $61.95 in 2021 to just $352 now. Another larger EV startup, Neta, sold nearly 200,000 cars across 2023 and 2024. Now, it's actually hanging by a thread. Factories are idle, massive workers are being let go, and the company is scrambling for funding. But the biggest blow came at the end of 2024, when a shocking announcement sent waves across China's social media. Jiyue, a mid-sized EV company with over 5,000 employees and more than 14,000 vehicles delivered that year, collapsed overnight, without warning. No one expected that, given it was launched by Baidu and Geely, two giants in tech and the auto industry. But meanwhile, 2024 was still a record year for China's EV market, with over 50% of global EV battery supply coming from Chinese companies like CATL and BYD, more than $33 billion in government subsidies over the last decade, and a strong appetite for EVs among up to 90% of Chinese consumers. China accounted for 65% of global EV sales in 2024. Chinese-owned brands like BYD and MG had been expanding quickly in Europe until EU tariffs kicked in last year. However, under pressure from Trump's recent tariffs, the EU and China are now back at the negotiating table with a plan for minimum pricing to replace the 2024 tariffs on Chinese-made electric cars. Everything points to a booming industry, but behind the numbers, many Chinese EV brands are struggling to survive, even within the Chinese market. Why?